Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to talk to you about a very important topic about the battle between light and dark. And this is actually an extremely important topic that I have to say at least every so often, but we live in a world of good and evil, and this actually heavily relates to crystals. It heavily relates to, it's everything that has to do with spirituality. It's everything that has to relate with everything you guys experience in your day-to-day lives. This is actually a very, very large topic, so I'll talk about a little bit about this topic because I can't cover everything about light and dark in one video. I had to make 2 videos about crystal knowledge, but this is some of the, a brief overview or some of the important points. In today's day and age, we live in a world full of light and dark. And the biggest thing is people are completely wavering the lines of what that is. So I'm going to make a few things very clear in this video, because people consider being a light worker someone who doesn't defend themselves, someone who doesn't stick up for themselves. And I've seen people who call themselves light workers do curses and black magic, and they're not in fact light workers. They're people using spirituality to disguise their dark past or dark actions, dark decisions with being love and light when they still do very dark things or very dark habits or put people around them in very dark places. Now, and this is really interesting because the line wavers. People are like, well, and it's not always easy to tell what's right and what's wrong sometimes when it comes to spiritual defenses and stuff like that, but I'll make it very easy for you guys to know what's right and wrong very easily, because you're like, well, if I send some negative energy back, is this doing bad? Like, was I supposed to even send the negative? Yes, you were supposed to send and this is the thing. People are training people, like, don't send it back, don't do this, don't defend you. If you defend yourself, that's witchcraft, that's black magic, when it's literally taught how to defend yourself very in detail in holy books. Very in detail. Now, people are like, I'm just gonna pray. I'm just gonna pray. Praying is good, but there's a verse. I have to write these down because my mind goes blank on numbers or in verses in the Bible specifically saying you can't just pray. Prayer alone doesn't do it. You have to act. You can't be in bed and basically say, okay, God, can you do my day for me? No, you have to walk out of bed and live your day. Now, same thing because we're surrounded in a world of beautiful things. In nature, there's medicine in nature. Crystals are actually spiritual medicine. And like I said, I don't teach physical medicine. Disclaimer, this is a spiritual channel. But when it comes to there is so much you can use to empower yourself around you, literally outside the trees, the grass, the flowers, the plants, everything around you is something that you can use to defend yourself or empower yourself. Everything. Absolutely everything. The thing is, and even a house plant, a cactus by your window keeps away astral intruders and astral travelers. Or you can move it to the other side of the house where it's not by the window, and sometimes they can just get in, and you'll see a shadow slip it into your room of someone who is trying to do something bad with you in the astral realm, etc. So you have to know, when it comes to light and dark, there's nothing light about not defending yourself. At that point, when you get in circumstances because you don't defend yourself and you're in dire need, you're in dire trouble, sometimes you'll end up doing dire things or behaving in a dire manner because you let yourself get ran over by people's energies to the point where now you're becoming a threat to other people because you've been hit so low and hit so hard. You see it all the time with people. The thing is, you have to defend yourself spiritually. That's why I teach on my channel nothing but spiritual defenses, nothing but protecting yourself with crystals. The easiest thing you'd ever do is send it back. Don't engage in curses. Don't engage in black magic, because when you're people online are teaching, oh, you can curse with this, you can curse with that. Guess what? Your guides are probably sending back the curse that you did by yourself so it can go to you, so it doesn't go to them, so you don't get their karma, and it's hitting you like someone cursed you. People never think about that. So most of the time when your angels are around you, they're just kind of like sending back what you did so you learn from it so you don't do it again. You keep doing it, they're going to step away, and you're going to get some dark guides who don't care anything about you. You're just energy, and once they have enough energy, they'll just leave. And then you get whatever steps in next, which is super weak. Now, and the biggest thing is you have to move yourself closer to God. That you can't have spirituality without having God. It's having a vessel that's empty. In some way or another way, you have to move closer to God, especially if you want to work with angels. For people trying to work with angels, you're not going to get anywhere near an angel if you're not acknowledging God. I'll tell you, I'll make that very easy for you. You'll get everything but an angel. You won't even know what an angel is like because so many things are stepping in pretending to be an angel. And everything will pretend to be an angel. They will say the most, every kind of entity will step straight in and be like, oh, I'm an angel, I can do this, I can do that. And you ask that entity, well, what do you think about God? And the entity goes quiet. You don't get a response. Very interesting, huh? Or the entity says, this is the classic dark entity, well, really dark entity will be like, well, you are the God. Like, the God is inside of you. Like, and then you'll see TikTokers who are partial mediums post like, oh, well, I talked to this fallen angel well, I've talked to this angel who said it was this, and that at 3 a.m., etc. And they said that I am God. Well, how's that working out for you? Everything's going down the toilet in your life, but apparently you know everything. Okay? No, you acknowledge God as the Most High. You move closer to your angels through Him, because He's the one who... Your gifts come from God. You don't make your own gifts. You didn't make your own arrival here. So when it comes to people trying to be like, oh, like I'm gonna unlock my own gift. Oh, that's not how it works. Nothing can go around God. Nothing can go through God. Like, you have to acknowledge God in the war of light and dark, because guess what? If you don't, then you're by defaulting something on the other side. Like I said, on my YouTube channel, you are getting spirituality without the sugarcoating. I'm always thinking about the next thing I'm about to say. This is gigantic. So there will be people who disguise themselves as people of God, but their actions will do everything but that. And this is a problem in a lot of churches these days. So people want to move closer to God, so they'll go to a church. And this is not all churches. There are some very good churches, but there are some churches that are just run people off. The thing is that I've seen that in South Florida. There's a church down the street from me that has cops every day in front of the church because something's happening inside the church. It's like, And the enemy is very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. The enemy will hide in certain churches. Some of you already know what I'm talking about when I say that. So just because someone says they're of God, you have to look at what they say, what they do, their actions, who they're hurting, who they're helping, and you have to be able to differentiate between light and dark. Just because someone says they're of light or they're doing good does not mean they're doing light and they're of good. You have to look at their actions. You have to look at what results of their what the consequences of their behavior, etc. So some of these people who come around you will have you pulled in. Maybe it's YouTubers, TikTokers, spiritualists, etc. Like I said, I teach on every video, all my videos, I say, take my video with a grain of salt and a grain of pepper, because you're not supposed to take in everything 100% as knowledge until you find out it works for you and it's uplifting you. It's creating positive change in your life. So in the war of light and dark, you have to. Number 1, move closer to God. Number 2, identify good from evil. If you're doing evil, you can fully expect evil. I don't understand how people don't understand. When you put out bad, and there's some people who think they're better than other people, they're better in general, but they don't have anything to show for it. Nothing in their life goes right. Nothing in their entire life is working out, but they apparently know everything. That's the one thing I see with TikTokers who are teaching about, you are your own God. No, that's not how. If you look at those people's lives right after they make those videos, everything goes whoop. Something happens to the person usually starts going crazy. I wonder why, because once they run off their angels, they say something like that, and they say it on a video, and their angels are like, well, it was okay for you to kind of just, like, even if you just believe that yourself, we would have helped you work through it. Now you're teaching that to thousands of people, and maybe the video got 1.5 million views, and now there's 1.5 million people thinking that they're God and they're moved away from God because of that person. And that person just did dark because they got people away from source. Source because everyone wants to call God something different. God is God. He is the Most High. People want to put a different name on it. Universe is a fishbowl. God's the one who made the universe. The universe is a mechanism. We can see that with universal laws. It's kind of like a video game. So X does this. The square button does this. When you say, when you put out certain energy, it comes back to you. There's mechanisms in this universe, on this planet, etc. So when it comes to the world of light and dark, and when it comes to crystals, because this is super interesting. Do crystals work for dark people? Do they work for bad people? Yeah, but no. Huh? I've made videos about this one before. I went all in on that one. When people are doing nothing but bad, that crystal that's supposed to be doing whatever, let's just say citrine gets that person wealth and abundance. Instead of that person getting wealth and abundance because of citrine, they're not achieving wealth and abundance. The crystal's trying to align them so later down the line they can attract wealth and abundance. So let's just say if you're an already aligned person and you're doing everything right, your chakras are in order, because these people who are dark, their chakras are out of whack. Let's just say that. They're just all messed up, especially if you have a dark guide around your head. That person's having headaches every single day. Those people, and that's one thing about really dark people, or people who are extra dark, that they don't know it. The reason they have headaches is because they have a demon around them or a low-level spirit giving them thoughts, and that hurts because their angels are, if they have angels around them, it'll be fighting them off. If there's no angels, that person will wonder why they have migraines all the time. That's why. And there's some people in my YouTube videos who I've actually called out, and you guys, because I have a lot of people messaging me, and for some people, I'm just like, okay, I know you're working with demons, and I gotta tell you right now, like, that's not cutting it. Like, it's not working for you. Why would you keep doing something that doesn't work for you? People come to my back, completely behind my back, they'll be working with demons, and they'll come to me for advice, and like, well, everything's going to hell because you're working with beings who are ending up in hell. When people are cursing and putting out bad, and their life goes, like, and most of the time when these people are doing like, oh, I'm going to do a curse for this person to have like a car accident, that person has a car accident. And they're like, well, I think they cursed me too. Or like, they did the same curse. No, it's your energy. Like, why are you cursing people? Concern yourself with blessings and moving yourself closer to God and your guides and accessing your beautiful gifts on this beautiful planet. Instead of concerning yourself, if you're fat, I mean, the thing is, some people just don't learn because they have to learn the hard way. And sometimes the hard way will take a long time until it happens all at once, and that person will go whoop all at once. And you guys know people like this. So do what works for you. Like I said, when it comes to finding knowledge on my YouTube channel about light and dark, move yourself closer to God, do right, and you'll see nothing but good. When you put out good, good comes back to you. When you're doing darkness and you're getting, especially, okay, you could be a good person. I'm going to tell you this right now for the people. Because there are some people on here who are generally good people who are on a downward spiral not because of who you are at a soul level, but who you let around you. You have to understand, the people you let around you, you will become those people. You'll become an average of those people. Those people's waters will go into your waters. If your waters are nice and blue and those people have purple waters, or dark waters, black waters, swamp waters, and those waters are slowly going into yours. Yours might get a little darker and a little darker, but over time it's going to continue to get dark. You're going to pick up their habits. You're going to pick up their spirits. You're going to pick up their demons. You're going to pick up everything about the person. You'll be talking like the person. You'll be acting like the person. And now you're a few years down the line, or it's sometimes a lot less than a few years. You're the dark person now, and you don't even know it. You can be nice, and you can be a dark person. People confuse that. Oh, well, they're so nice, but they're still dark. You have to understand that the enemy disguises himself. Just because someone's nice, and this is the biggest misconception, just because someone's nice does not make them of light. I hope you guys get that. You will see people who are the nicest people in the world. How nice. Like, oh, Janet is so nice, but behind this, and she'll be nice, she'll be happy and smiling when she does her things, and she puts people down, and it's not with good intention. So darkness can disguise itself as light, and this entire video is about making you guys more aware of the battle of light and dark going on, and that dark is going to disguise itself as light. Maybe when you open up connecting to your guides, maybe when you're elevating as a person, May it be on your spiritual journey, just starting off. You're going to notice, and especially for the people who have bad people around them, cut them off. Because you're going to end up like them. Whether you like it or not, it's slowly going to happen. You're not above science, you're not above spirituality, you're not above any universal law. It's going to happen to you. You concern yourself with dark people, you're going to be concerned with the dark people that you attract. Whew, this video is very important. And once you're more aware of it, because you're like, and identify things as in the category of light and dark. Okay, ask yourself, when you do something, and you have to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, then you'll find out quick. When you do something, ask yourself, is this of light? Is this good? Is this right? Would I want this coming back to me? Or is this, and you continue asking yourself questions. Okay, is it right? Or, hey, this is a little off. Maybe I should wait. Maybe I should check myself. Maybe something's wrong here. This level of consciousness, this level of awareness, it'll change your entire life to attracting nothing but blessings. Because you're not concerning yourself with curses. And with blessings comes abundance, prosperity, wealth, happiness, health, goodness of life. Actually achieving what you set out to achieve because God's backing you. God's behind you. You're stepping forward to do your best. And when you ask him for something, you can fully expect because you're doing everything right. Now, when it comes to, and this is the thing about return to senders, because I really do have to teach people this. This is, when I send back the worst curses sent towards me, or the nastiest of black magic, I feel bad for the person. You're not supposed to go like, look at them. I'm not going to say what happens when it goes back. But it's very, very horrible. And I don't really tell people when I send stuff back. But when I send stuff back and it hits the person, I'm just like, I wish that person became a better person before I had to send it back. Because now this person is without a house. Because they were too busy doing bad things in their house, for example. They were too busy. I'm not going to say any details, but when you send black magic back, sometimes it takes everything from a person for the person to become a good person. That's the goal. You want to generate more good people, because if that person was a good person, you would not have had to send that back to them. And you're sending it back so it doesn't hit someone who can't defend themselves. What if they send it to your neighbor who's like elderly neighbor, or they sent it to your house, you didn't send it back. Remember the grenade analogy I taught, and it hits whoever you're living with. And now everyone's going through something. Now you're going through something because everyone's going through something, versus you could have just sent it back, but you wanted to transmute it to love and light. That doesn't work. Transmuting it is actually, instead of burning yourself out completely with those energies, is you transmute it by sending it back so they deal with their own energy versus accepting their energy, okay? Now, the dark side of sending stuff back, if you send it back and you're like, haha, look at them, they're miserable now, you're on the same end of karma. You better know that. Because I've taught people how to send stuff back, and I correct them really quickly. I'm like, hey, no, you do not. Don't ever laugh when it hits them and it devours them and it chews them up and it spits them out, because that's painful. You want to laugh at someone going through pain? That person, they started off in this world as innocent. They started off as a baby. Unless you're a clone, then you're not a baby. But that person started off as an innocent, pure child who had no bad intention. And something in the world made them to be a bad person within this life or in the afterlife. I mean, in the before lives. Now that person, they're here to move closer to God. They're here to become the highest version of themselves. And something happened to the point where they're really bad and they're sending you curses. The best thing you can do is send it back so no one else has to deal with their curse. And so that they learn from their own energy so they don't do it again. And they become a better person because of it. Versus, haha, look at them going through they're miserable. I'm not gonna, no details. Because the worst of things happen. But when I teach you guys to send it back, don't laugh. Or you will get whatever comes to them when it's sent back. It's not funny when it goes back. If you actually send it back properly, you see how not funny it is. It's painful for them. But they learn and they don't hurt other people as a result of you just sending back their own energy. But if you do send it back and you're like, and you're gloating, you're going to be on the spectrum of learning too, because your angels don't want you doing that. Most importantly, God doesn't want to see you doing that with bad intention. Because what's the difference between that and cursing? Think about that. Now, this video is a very important video because I teach people how to move closer to God, how to move closer to actual angels. Actual angels, not the sugar-coated will. Your angel is a song on the radio. No! I've seen other YouTube videos. Well, your guardian angel is the voice of the song on the radio, or this feeling that you feel when you feel stuff sometimes after you felt something is your guardian angel. No, not on my channel. Your guardian angel is a being of light sent to you by God. Not a song you heard on the radio. This is amazing. I love teaching you guys. If you have any questions, guys, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.